it's not recording? Right. So that's really the biggest thing. And so, like I said, I mean, and so when you're looking at this flatbed market, it's nothing but opportunity, right? It's nothing but opportunity. And and like these people really need help, right? These people really need help. This is about to be we're going into the peak season. We're not at the peak season yet of flatbed, right? So, before we do our warm up, I just want to try something real quick. Zion, is DAT the only site to find rates on that? Actually, I think that yeah, JP likely still. I'm just kidding. Um, but the DAT has a lot of flatbeds, but a lot of people use truck stop for flatbeds. Like truck stop has a lot of flatbed capacity. Like truck stop and like load board 123, the smaller ones, they're like more specialized and you can find more flatbed capacity. But you really need to keep a database of your flatbed carriers because a lot of times, like they're not on the load board searching. They're booked up. They're trying to find contract stuff, right? But then the next part of it is you need to figure out how many of these people can use Hotshot because then you unlock a whole nother layer of capacity, right? And so once you understand that, and once you know you're comfortable asking those questions, that unlocks a whole nother layer of capacity. Because how many of these people can use hot shots and they don't even know it, right? That's really the biggest question. And so, but that's a question that's up to you to be able to ask. And it's not a question that you just ask them directly. You just ask them the questions to lead them into it so that you could say, like, okay, well, have you considered using a hot shot instead of a flatbed? It's a real question, right? So, real quick before we start, I just want to test something out here. Let's say I wanted to find a flatbed, if I wanted to find a flatbed customer, right? I want to prospect through a flatbed customer. Somebody walk me through and tell me step by step what I need to do in order to find a flatbed customer. Let's say in Dallas area.
You do the simple form. Was it right? Ratio as in what? No, right? Ratio
Any
as
takers?
no. No, right.
You gotta find the commodity that goes on a flatbed, right?
Do you know the commodities that will go on a flatbed?
I mean, pretty much anything that can't get wet.
Well,
Um,
Okay, 50 over 5.
and that's not high value. That's out in the open.
Construction.
okay, construction, right? The construction is one.
So
Overweight, Vic. Overweight stuff.
Okay, overweight stuff. Okay, what else?
yeah, so I think we can go to what's that site called?
I'm just a robot. You tell me where I need to
Yeah, I
go.
know I'm having a brain fart. I know exactly what it what the site is, but um um,
Is it Raycon?
no.
DMV.
Yeah,
All right.
AMB.
So DMB manufacturer directory is where I need to go. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
Well, let's do a roofing company because
you tell me where to go, right? I'm just
That's
a
like
robot.
roofing, like installation or something like that.
Yeah,
Installation.
y'all just tell me where to go. I'm the robot. You just tell me what to type in.
let's
I'm just
get
doing
to the
whatever y'all
website
say.
first. Let's
All
get
right.
to the website first.
All right.
All right, so we're there. You want to get to Dallas?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just going to Dallas. Okay. So I go to
No.
United States, then yeah, you're gonna go to Dallas.
This is right.
That's where you want to specialize in, Texas. And Dallas. And now we're gonna look for companies that fit the bill that go on flatbed. Scroll down. You're going too fast there, buddy. Go up. Start going slow. Oh, that Kimberly Clark, they stuff can't get wet. It's all paper. Keep going. Stop.
Um,
Try Lennox International right above that Dell.
So this $5 billion company is who I should go for.
I mean, we're going to go for low companies, but
So I'm dumb. So you're in the field right now, right? And the data that you have, and because this is just an exercise, right? So so don't people, everybody do not feel like that I'm not going to rip you apart for getting this wrong. But what I want you to do the same way that you are going through, and I tell you to tell me what to do on DAT, I want you to walk me through the same thing here. Because here's the thing, I'm not always going to be here for you to say, well, Vic knows what he's doing, right? I'm not, I mean, sure, I can answer the phone, but you need to know how to be able to do this, right? Because if I show you this data and it says that all of these customers need help with flatbed, and the flatbed market is tight in all these areas, you have to know what to do. Like, because having access, knowing this stuff means nothing if you don't know how to transition it and you don't know how to flip it.
on the data IQ, could you be able to see what customers have ordered in the last
That would
few
that that
months?
that would be sweet if they had that. But
Yeah.
even if they had that, let's not lean on that, right? Because we have the
Yeah.
simple tools. Because part of the job is like you receiving the data and then you turning that data into opportunity and money, right? So Marvin, come on back, right? Come on back. So let's go through this.
all right. Let's go down to a smaller company then. Go all the way down.
So, okay, grow on down to a smaller company, right? Do I need to go to a smaller company or do I need to find the specific commodity of what I'm focused on?
The goal is the commodity that can fit on flatbed. So that's
Boom.
why I started up top.
So then I can go to related industries down here at the bottom and I can pick specifically what it is that I want to go after.
All right. Um, you got cement and
I mean, the
cement
aluminum products
processing.
processing, I mean, that would be, or if there's something with steel,
Yeah.
Right? Agricultural, construction, and mining machinery manufacturing,
Yeah, let's do that first one.
right? Cranes and crane parts. Um, like bagged cement and sand, insulation rolls, fencing materials, right? So let's go. We got modular buildings and sheds. So let's see. All right. So all right. I was doing too much talking. So walk me through it again. So tell me, what am I going to? What am I clicking on this page?
Okay, go to the second column all the way to the top. Right there. Let's go to the agriculture one. Keep going. And we're going back. Yep. Mm, Going all the way down. I guess we gotta go back to Dallas,
We got to go back to Dallas.
Texas, and then Dallas.
It's crazy in Houston. That's actually probably where I would start. Good Lord.
Yeah. Houston is a big metropolis, kind of like New York City.
Yep.
All right, so let's click on that Baldwin Metals Company. Right there. All right, and copy his website address.
All right. So then the next thing is boom. So Baldwin Metals. Logistics
Logistics
manager.
manager.
Hey. You know, I don't have nothing you can have.
Um,
Wait.
that didn't pan out. Um, transportation specialist, I guess we can search different.
I would go to another, I would go to so like Chris Hunt, sales account manager, you can go there. But what I would do is I would go to a different customer. And
Okay.
specifically what I think that we should do is I would go and I would select Houston.
Okay, go back.
Because that for this exercise, because I mean it doesn't have to be Dallas. I was just saying Dallas. So let's just say Texas, right? So we look in Houston.
Oh, you mess with the big dogs on that first page.
All the way at the top, yeah.
Yeah.
Rotary Drilling Tools USA.
RKI is a toolbox distributor that makes steel toolboxes.
Where? RKI?
RKI.
All right. So watch
Right.
this. RKI Inc. Logistics Manager. All right, look at this. Robert Guerrero, Deer Park, Texas.
No,
Recently hired.
That's your man. He's been there a month.
Been there a month. And then it has all of those people over here on the side, right?
Yeah. So if Robert don't know too much, you can go to the next higher man.
You can navigate your way around. So now we have one prospect, right? And so
Right.
then we're going to go back. What's the next prospect that we're going to go after?
Hydrolift. Hydrolift logistics manager. That's not it. America.
Yeah, that's not it.
Yeah, that's not it.
But
Yeah, we get the gist. We can select a new customer.
right. So now that we understand what it is that when we look at this data and we see this opportunity, how comfortable are we changing this opportunity into or changing this data into opportunity?
It should be fairly easy. Once we get the logistics manager, we go to the email scripts, send those out. If we're local to that area, we could be, doing a drive-by, introducing ourselves.
Yeah. So I guess my question to the group is if you saw this data from 1 to 10, if I just showed you this data, would you be comfortable doing what I just did just there?
Yes, but I'm on that DMB website. I'm having a problem finding where I can search by city and state.
Because you need to go to manufacturing directory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like if you just go to DMB, it's just going to give you a bunch of companies. But if you go to manufacturing directory, then you can go there. But I mean, I would like y'all's feedback. Like this is not like you're not like it's not bad that you if you don't know. Like if you don't understand what I just did or why I'm just doing, like now's the time to speak up. Like there's nothing wrong with not knowing. Like you need to know how to do this. This is the reason why I'm showing you how to do this.
Right.
Everybody in Texas is drilling oil.
That's it.
I mean, I'm just supposed to just three or four of them. I mean, there's several of them. I mean, that's what they're getting tubing and they're needing mining stuff, stuff to just drill in Houston.
Some of these companies are hurting for capacity, like hurting. All right, so Gordon says so. Okay, Gordon gets it. I mean, really, like I don't want to go to another class or go back and do this again, and then you don't and come back to this, and you all don't understand this.
Right. Well, I mean, like, am I off mute? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Vic, like, I just typed in. I just went to the DMB website on my phone, right? And like, just home screen, and it says like you on contact directory, business directory, marketplace. So I went to business directory, right? And then at the bottom it has the different types of businesses. I would look for like the retailer. It doesn't have like I'm not pulling up. It's not pulling up location for me.
You need to type in the manufacturers directory, not the business directory.
Okay, manufacturers directory.
Thank you, Billy.
DunandBradstreet.com.
All right, thanks, JP.
Companies, manufacturer, DMB.
And you got introduced to the Seafood Expo. The next thing I'm about to do is show you refrigerated.
Okay, so look. Then
Victor,
Go.
how often is the market condition is that map on an hour or daily? How often is it?
This is current day. Yeah. It's gonna be that way for a minute. And if you really want to get into it, you can look in through zip codes too, but you don't need to go that detailed.
Okay, yeah. The reason I was asking because I don't know. I never got your opinion on like when we're doing our quotes, we take market condition into effect. So is there a rationale? Like what I've been doing, like when we do our guessing bids, when it's in the red like that, I just go like 25 to 30% more. But
that's probably too much, right? If you're looking at it, you need to take into account what the commodity is. I mean, because it doesn't mean that you're not going to find a truck. It just means that it might be harder and you're going to be paying a little bit more. But but there's always times where people are trying to get home. are
Yeah.
people that are moving, because there's still movement on the trucks and there's still lanes that are better than other lanes. Because really what you need to look at is not just how tight it is at the location, but also what it looks like at the
The
destination.
destination.
Because if it's a tight capacity at the location, but it's loose at the destination, then that cancels it out really. But if it's going from somewhere that's tight to somewhere that's tight, yes, you're going to pay the money. But you might even pay less, but you're going to pay on the front end, right? Because because they're going to make money once they get to the tight place. Like these trucks are hovering around in the southeast. They have no reason to be outside of here. But Hudson, Hudson, with this data right here, would you be comfortable doing what I just did?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Because it's not really it's not, I don't know how to say it other than my way. It's not a guide as much as it is a thermometer.
I mean, this is real data that there's no trucks in this area, which means that there's like the reason why we're looking at this map right here, right, is so that we can understand where there's a need for flatbed capacity in the country, right?
Right.
And so because we understand the areas that there are flatbed capacity constraints, this means that we need to lean in on our skills of prospecting geographically in all the locations where they're saying that there is not where the capacity is tight, right? So like we need to be looking for, that's why we're looking at customers that are in Houston. That's why we're looking at customers that are in Dallas. That's why we need to be looking at all these things. But here's the thing. You need to know the process, number one, of how I got to the market conditions. And then from this data, why my mind said I need to look in Memphis. I need to look in Dallas. I need to look in Austin. I need to look in Houston. And to me, it seems like it's simple, but I cannot assume that everybody knows how to do this. Because if you don't know how to do this, this is a very basic skill. Supply and demand is a very basic skill. Like you have to understand what supply and demand.
Yeah.
But part of understanding supply and demand is also you understanding how that applies to freight brokerage and how that applies to you prospecting. This is why we're doing more and more prospecting. This is why we keep prospecting. This is why I keep telling you all to prospect and find prospects. Because if you had been prospecting for the last 3 weeks, it would be nothing for you to be able to go to this page and be like, okay, well, I can just look for customers in Dallas. I can just look for customers in Houston. I can just look for customers in LA. Because the truth of the matter is like, the commodity. So if I rattled off some commodities, right? Cranes, crane parts, mobile homes, bagged cement, sand, insulation rolls, fencing materials, drainage systems, bridge components, wind turbine blades and towers, utility bolts. I wrote down some stuff, right? Industrial HVAC units, plastic and metal tanks, steel coils and bars. All of those companies, your next step is to figure out which companies are hauling those materials. And they have outlined it for you really right down here, right? So my question remains, and I'm only going to ask it one more time. Who does not understand how I did what I did and the logic behind what that I did? Like Zyron, are you clear on this?
Like, I understand what you did, Vic. You went when you went.
I'm at work, Vic. I can't even see the screen.
It's all good, brother. I'm gonna have the recording up.
Okay.
I just don't want I just don't want anybody to suffer in silence. That's all I'm saying. This is why I'm putting it out here like this. This is why I'm stopping. As a matter of fact, Miss Monique, how you feeling? Are you comfortable with what I'm doing right here?
Yes, I am.
Okay, that's good news. Okay, so now that we understand this, right? And we've gone to Dun & Bradstreet, and then we've gone through the market research. Now let's do the same thing for a refrigerator. So boom, right? So let's apply the skills that we learned yesterday. So in the Southeast, refrigerated is tight, right? Produce season is going to be over in a few weeks. So this will be loosening up here, right? But based on this map here, somebody talk to me. Where should we be prospecting? Walk me through it.
Dun & Bradstreet,
Okay.
manufacturer, sir.
So what
Let's get
city?
there.
So what city? What city
You
do
said
we want to focus on?
Well, you said the East Coast. Well, let's go to South. Let's go South.
All right, south, but where specifically? Where
Oh, I'm sorry.
specifically do you want to go?
Gotcha.
Let's go Georgia, Atlanta.
All right, let's
Sounds
go.
good.
All right, let's go Georgia, Atlanta, right? So we can start back from manufacturing.
Let's go to related condition,
All right, so let's
related
find.
industry.
Okay. What in here would show you would be somebody that would be where you'd be going to a refrigerated customer?
The seafood product preparation.
Bingo. So let's go United States.
I wouldn't be around her with these Stevens, when she's around food, because that's what she thinks maybe gonna take from.
Right?
Be
Mhm.
around those.
But I'll show you something else here too. Let's go back to import yet here. And let's go fish. Or you could just do it as simply as this, right?
Do now, KJ. She do now.
Right? Because it doesn't have to be a crazy, what you call them, right? So island seafood, let's see. We got seafood wholesalers. Boom.
No.
New England Marine Atlanta, seafood wholesaler, right? So then look at this.
Here, KJ. No. Sorry, Rosemary KJ. Here, KJ.
Somebody's been doing burnouts over there.
Right. Look at all these bay doors. 5, 6. Look how far these bay doors go down here. All the way down there. What is exhibitors? Am I missing something? Is this not the new Marine?
That's the next building across.
Those trailers weren't reefers.
You said they were?
They weren't.
No. So exhibitors, that's a good one, right? So that's another one. So like as we're prospecting, exhibitors is somebody we probably want to go after, right? Let me just back up from this thing really quick here. Lehigh Technologies. All right, they got a couple bay doors. Right? So then boom, right? And then from the other skills that we have, we can literally go back to the exhibitor list of something like this here. And look at this. Boom. Georgia. And we can look at some of these companies that are distributors and manufacturers that are literally in Georgia. So King and Prince Seafood in Brunswick County, that is like Savannah area.
Hey Vic, I'm sorry I wasn't here yesterday. What is this Seafood Edge thing or Expo?
So what we went over yesterday was how to prospect by looking at conventions and these conferences by looking at the exhibitor list. Because what happens is everybody, these people, they go to these supply chain events and these events so that they can, so because they're like seafood manufacturers, they're distributing seafood. There's ones for solar, there's ones for there's ones for anything you could think of, right?
Right. Okay, so the discussion was seafood, so that came up. I got it.
Yeah. So that all of the places here are going to be, so all of the places that we see here, we can do this and then go through the exhibitors list.
Here, KJ.
Or what we can do is we can go through Import Yeti and we can search them through here, right? We can look by location and we can say Atlanta. And search.
No.
So you can see here, and even though they don't have a lot of imports, but you can look and see that anybody who's had imports, these are all refrigerated manufacturers, right? It's Big Fish Brands, Select Meats, Fish and Produce, right? So watch this. So we go Big Fish Brands. Is he actually in the Maldives? Yeah, no, this is not who we wanted. select meats and fish, right? So we can go through. So there's a bunch of different ways that we can source. But the biggest thing that we need to know how to do is to take raw data like we have here and then be able to do something with it, right? So it's the same concept as refrigerator. It's the same thing, same concept as flatbed. When you specialize in the reefer, you just go where the capacity is tightest, and you can call customers in that area and talk to them about the market. You can say things like, "Hey, like, I really specialize in moving refrigerated goods outbound Kansas City. The market is very tight, but I still have a lot of select. I have carefully chosen carriers, the carefully sourced carriers that are still moving out in the area. Would love to talk to you about the opportunity." And the reason why you would go after refrigerated customers is because the stuff has to go, right? Because if their broker jumps off the load and falls off the load and they can't move their stuff, or they have to move their stuff. Let's say this is why you call on a Friday at 6 o'clock, right? Because if it's 3 their time and their broker just told them that they can't deliver on Monday, what do they need? Right? They need immediate capacity. And if you know that you can go and find the work, or you're going to try and find the capacity for them, then you have a chance to get a new customer right then. And you never know what size customer they are, how much they go after. But the biggest thing is that you need to know like how to read the data. What do you do with the data? Because ultimately a lot of what you're going to have is just straight data. Like you're just going to have the data. You just need to know how to pivot and how to take advantage of the data, how to monetize the data. That's the biggest thing. So is everybody clear on what we did here?
Yes, sir.
For real, we're good. Because we're coming back to this. Like I'm just going to give you the data, and I want to know. Like you need to be able to know. Like I said, if I tell you location, like, hey, you need to be going after, flatbed is hot in LA. You need to know how to find LA companies that are doing flatbed. That's the job. That's why people fail. They don't know how to do that. They just call randomly. All right, so you said you think you understand the process. So Twan, what is it that you think that what is it about this process that would make you say like, maybe I don't know? Because even if you're at a 7 or 6 or 7 out of 10, what are the other three points that would make it up for you?
All right, so like I understand okay, so for instance, liquor would be a reefer, right? That's what we said, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I see reefers, and then I see like right now New Jersey is hot. New York is hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I know that there's those are places. I know that those are the places I can look where I'm at. I'm in New York.
Yeah.
Right. So then we would go. I would go to Dun and Brad. Then I would look up location, New York. Then I would look. Then I would go down the list. When I go to beverages, right?
You could do that. Yep.
That would be under beverages, correct?
You could go into beverages, definitely.
All right. And how do I? Is there a way, because I'm getting beverages, but I'm getting more like I'm getting Coca-Cola, but I'm specifically trying to look for like wine and spirits.
Then I would go to Import Yeti to source.
So use Import Yeti instead.
Yeah, if you're looking for refrigerated, I think Import Yeti is probably a better source.
Okay. Yeah.
Or you can just Google it.
Google what? What? At what point? Like, what do you mean?
At any point, you could just Google and say, at any point, you could just Google and say, type in New York, New Jersey area seafood manufacturers.
Right. Well, when the seafood one comes up, I'll try the seafood one comes up. But when I'm trying to do like spirits and wines, I'm having it's not giving me it's not giving me what I'm looking for, and I don't know why. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Maybe I'm typing it in wrong. Or
see what I just typed in?
Yeah, I saw exactly what you just typed in.
I just want to show you
'Cause, like-
something here.
Like when I typed in distributors, I'm getting some like
Look,
distributing
I'm
companies,
I'm
but
gonna
then
show I'm gonna show you. Look,
you also give me like liquor stores. Like
look, I'm
that's
showing
what I'm
you.
looking for.
I'm showing you exactly. Look at this. Is this my location? That's Hudson Regional.
That's hospital.
Union Beer Distributors now hiring.
Okay.
Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I bet you that and they're doing more than this too. Oh, Ferguson's right over here too. My people. Oh, I was not even at the truck entrance. The truck entrance is over here. Right? First thing I typed in. New York, New Jersey Spirit
Distributors.
First thing they show you is a photo of all of this. Bro, look at all, bro, what? Look at all these bay doors.
Right. Union Beer Distributors.
Look at this warehouse.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right?
Right.
Let's see for this. They don't want to let me get any closer. But you get the point, right? Because
Right.
literally and then let's just let's just see what the second one looks like. Siemens Beverage and Logistics. Full service distribution and logistics company servicing the alcoholic beverage industry.
Hit the jackpot right there.
Quality wine and spirits, quality food products, trucks, containers.
Containers, yeah.
Allied Beverage Group. Bruh, come on now.
All right.
4 for 4. Four for 4, right? And then
Right.
just to take it a little step further, because I really want to rub it in so that you can really see like how simple this really can be. What was it? Allied Beverage Group? Allied Beverage Group. Logistics manager.
Kevin Murray.
Kevin Murray. Barry Gulich.
Right.
Oh. Buddy's from Elizabeth. He worked at Breakthrough Beverage, Router, Allied Beverage Group. So look at this. So you look at something like this, and it tells you, people tell you their old jobs will give you more and more leads.
Right. Right. The experience.
And so now we start to connect the dots because now this cat right here is the only thing that you're saying to this cat right here It's the same thing you say to me.
Right. Right. I get
So,
it. I get it.
so where we at out of 10 on this?
Yeah, no, that route made the 10 because I was yeah, because then I could just use the, instead of trying to struggle with Dun and Brad or even with Empoyetti, I could just do this and run down the list.
Everyone has trucks right here.
And then use the LinkedIn pages as extra sources of information.
Bingo.
So that's the route I'm going to use and take. Perfect. Got it.
Bro, this is sick. Like all these places really have trucks, bro. This is stupid.
Right.
But this is more reason why you practice on your pitch, right? Because you want to stack up 50 of these companies and call them back to 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 back.
Right.
And then capacity's tight.
Right. So they need stuff moved.
They need
stuff moved.
Yeah, Brooklyn is loose though.
You said what?
It says Brooklyn is loose.
Brooklyn Long Island's loose.
But I take that with a grain of salt because a lot of times people don't want to go into the city. They're not with that.
I'm not trying to go over to Verrazano.
In a semi? Bro, no way. Yeah, no way. Right? So we kind of did the lesson backwards here. So based on these prospects that we have found, who needs help prospecting in their niche, number one. And then number two, we're about to start doing our calls here. And I want it to be one of the prospects that you've gone after.
You just helped me with that aspect of the situation because I was trying to use the Dun and Bradstreet and it wasn't working well with me. So now with this, I have a whole plethora of prospects, and then also using the LinkedIn like you just showed me with looking at their past experience gives me another into the companies that are their competitors, which you also taught us about, finding the competitors.
Yeah. 100%. So, so who has questions about what we've gone over here? How long do you recommend working on niche until we should expand? I mean, you don't need to have 100 customers. You just work on your niche. You become a master of your niche, then branch out. That's the biggest thing, Hudson. You need to become a master of your niche. Like the whole they ever heard of the riches and the niches? People say that.
No, I never heard of that. Break that down. But
like dredge.
Me neither. Yes, tell me about that.
If your knee is tore up, do you want to go see a knee specialist or you want to go see a general practitioner that does everything? And then you need your knee to make money.
A knee specialist, of course.
Right. Do you want to deal with the guy that's done 100 knee surgeries or the guy that's done 20 knee surgeries and 20 arm surgeries and 20 neck surgeries and heart surgery, right? Like maybe he could do it.
Unless you got a good malpractice.
Right? But it's the same concept of like why you need to specialize in your niche, right? This is why you need to learn your niche because once you really know how to do something and you really understand it, it allows you to be in the rooms with the people who are decision makers. And the more that you're able to be in the room with your decision makers, the easier your job becomes for them to be comfortable with them giving you their freight, with them being partners with you.
See, that's what my problem is right now. I want to be all over the page and I gotta get some discipline on that and just pick one vertical and perfect it.
Figure out what you're interested in. Like the things that you like to do, things that you're most passionate about, things you like to eat, that sort of thing. I mean, have a reason why you're calling them. It could be just because you're interested, just because you like seafood, because you like the stuff that you see in the store. Right? Like it doesn't have to be some elaborate reason why. It's because like, yeah, I love buying you all's product. And I was just curious about how this thing goes. Right? But remember, always remember when you think about straying away from understanding of just a few select niches, think about it. You got it. You want a specialist to work on you if it means that it brings you back, it makes you healthy. The same way that businesses need a specialist to bring their business health back. Right. So everybody wants to have somebody who knows what they're talking about. That's the people they want to partner with. Because if you really have a problem in your operation, you need to bring an expert. You can't bring in a dummy who knows just as much as you. Because it's like, if you don't know more than me, then what are we gonna do? Clang our heads together to figure your problem? Like, no. So, all right. Oh, real quick, Marvin, I'll toss you a bone really quick here because I do want to show you all this. Check this out. So again, I'm showing you all these conferences, right? And you can go through a lot of these conferences. You can type in supply chain conferences and see the places that are attending. But the biggest thing is to take your niche and find the conferences on that, right? And so I just want to show you this really quick, right? So RE Plus is, oh, I'll be there May 5th, May 6th, 2026, right? Let's see the 2025 floor plan. Because they might have taken down the exhibitor list.
So type in supply chain conferences, Vic.
Yeah. Or whatever you want to focus on, right? But look at this.
Vic, you got exhibitors on the right-hand side right there.
Where?
Right there. Go down. Second one from the bottom. Your cursor is right on it. Right there.
Oh, it won't let me do that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but I can't see it right here. All the exhibitors.
Oh, okay.
Solarpanelrecycling.com. Roof Tech. Because at these solar companies, at these solar conferences, there's a lot of roofing companies there, which can use what?
Yeah. So I started out
Flatbeds.
solar installers and solar companies, they started doing a niche where they partner up instead of coming up with all of these equipment for their business. A roofer was already there having all this equipment to get up on the roof. And so they were like, okay, well, let's partner up with the roofing company and we'll just introduce solar to the roof.
Yeah.
And that's how they started out doing the roofing company.
It's Tailsun Solar. Right? And so I'll just go back through this. Let's go back here. Let's see, RE Plus.
What are you doing at this event? Since it's solar related.
Trying to get customers.
Oh, okay.
The only reason I knew about this is because when I was working with Canadian Solar, they were like, yo, we're about to be there. You should come. They'd be like,
okay.
they're like, yo, there'll be a bunch of other solar companies there that are just like us.
Okay.
There's one coming up. There's one coming up here in Las Vegas at the Venetian. Registration is now open. Exhibit. exhibitor list. Boom.
Yep. And that's the company I used to work for right there.
Mitsubishi.
Yeah.
And these were the featured ones, right?
Yeah.
American Wire Group, Anchor Products. And they even give you a description of what these companies even do.
Right.
So you type in supply chain conferences for, say, in my motor transportation, like for steel or something of that sort.
Uh-huh.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
you
bro.
might want to type in steel manufacturing conference.
Let's just type it on, right? Let's see.
Put it for Houston, Vic, if you don't mind.
Oh.
Let's see. We need Houston might be too specific. Oh, what do you know about his? It's Reuters events. SMU Steel Summit in Atlanta, Tampa Steel Conference in Tampa, North American Stainless and Special Alloys Conference in Nashville. Additionally, Modex will be held in Atlanta. I'll be at Modex. So look at this. From North American Steel Market, August 25th to 27th, right? Attendees, 2025. Companies attending.
There goes your prospecting list right there.
Right there. That was a big bone you threw, Vic. That was a bone you threw to a big dog.
And you literally you can just go around and find these cats. But when you get really nice with it, you show up to these events. You show up to these events. That's like literally my career. That's what I do. I show up to these events. They know I mean business when I come in there. As soon as I talk to them, they know what time it is. Because I know I'm looking up stuff about, I have people that I'm looking for. I'm setting up meetings before I get there. Dinners, drinks, meet and greets, coffee. I'm trying to have 10, 15 meetings before I even get there. Plus walking the floor and meeting people.
Yes, sirski.
It's not difficult. I should say it's not complicated because it can be difficult. Simple though. All right. Does anybody have any other ones that they want me to show them or go into really quick before we go into our calling and then pricing? Because we need to get in our calling and pricing because I need to circle back and then we need to go into your sales cycle and I need to show you your email sequences. And so, we might have to push that, but we need to get into module 4. So maybe we can push the other one into next week. And then module 4 just be right before 4th of July. But we'll see. Who else does that? Go ahead.
Do one on offshore equipment, Vic.
Offshore wind supply chain conference. Right? Might be oil and gas summit, might be a good one to go to. exhibitors.
Oh, hey, Vic, real quick. I was going through some pictures and I saw a flatbed with electrical transformers.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you get into that? Is that like a specific government contracted type
I would
customer?
figure out what the company is.
Okay. The
I would,
actual company that makes the transformers and stuff.
and I would call them and ask them that.
Okay.
Even if you go and you call them and you just ask them that and nothing else, so that you're prepared to call other people and you're prepared to call them back, you could do it.
Okay, cool.
Vic,
That's
I want
not.
to get you. I want to
Yeah.
get your intake on something, man. I got a potential customer, and they haul containers. They take containers from Houston to Abilene, and they turn the containers into, they sell some as is, and they take some and turn them into like a single family house. But in the container, they fill it up with porta potties, and they sell porta potties too.
Mhm.
But they're not using the tractor trailers. They're using a hot shot, and the hot shot trailer has a hydraulic on it to where the container slides under it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going after that customer because I have a friend who drives for him, and he's cool with the logistics guy. I just want to know your intake on it.
What part? What about it?
Well, like I said, they kind of. Do you think they're cutting corners with the hot shot hydraulic trailer instead of using a tractor?
No, because a lot of times in drayage, import and export, the containers could be put on a flatbed.
Right.
I seen it. I've even had a road carrier do it without telling us. It's an issue.
Yep.
It's a real issue. Actually, that happened with Ferguson. They didn't even say anything. I mean, I literally was just like, and it's crazy because I remember, I never forget. So I remember I called him out, telling him, I was like, yo, don't ever do this again. I even was just like, yo, what would make you think this would be all right that you could do this without saying something? And they try to get us to pay for it too. I'm like, no. But it can be done, hypothetically, in theory, it can be done.
I just had never seen it done. That's why I was asking you. And the guy was showing me a video of how they doing it, like onloading it and offloading it. I'm like, dang, I've never seen that.
If your customer lets you do it, then you can do it 100%.
Yeah, that's how they've been doing it. So I'm just trying to beat the rates.
Oh, it's cool. I mean, and if he knows the guy, you should ask him to get in the group chat with him. It's like, yo, tell him I'll beat the rates. If he tells me what I'm paying, what he's paying, I'll beat the rates. Simple.
Right. That's what I was telling them because he said they need some extra trucks. So I'm just kind of waiting for him to get back to me.
Let's get it. Let's get it. All right.
Call me at 10 o'clock with that, man.
All right, let's get it. All right, so let's go into our cold calls here. Because we're going to go through our cold calls and then we're going to